Anybody'd like to read this summer day poem? And then we'll go right into practice from that. Just come on and say hello and give it a go.
I can do it.
Carrie, thank you. Good morning, Carrie. Dr. Carrie off to work, so this works out really well for Carrie. I think everyone is on mute, Carrie. I think we're pretty good there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, and I'm watching just so we can try to stay uninterrupted as best we can. But if you can just read that summer day, we'll go right into the sitting from there.
Okay. The summer day. Who made the world? Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? This grasshopper. I mean, the one who has flung herself out of the grass, the one who is eating sugar out of my hand, the one who is moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down, who is gazing around with her enormous and complicated eyes. Now she lifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel into the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I have been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last and too soon? Tell me, what is your plan to do with your one wild and precious life?
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And so we're going to begin our sitting first by just beginning to pay attention to the body, the awareness of this beautiful body sitting or driving or whatever you happen to also be doing. And no matter what you're doing, if you're also having to be in doing, some of you I know are already at work, some people are on their way to things, see if you can find a quality of presence and stillness in this body, however you are. And one of the things the polyvagal theory says is that we can find the stillness in the body by simply bringing our attention, making contact, and sewing the body together, beginning at the feet. And so we're just going to feel the feet in contact with the floor, the earth, wherever you are. And see if you can breathe down, bringing the attention and the breath down into the feet, greeting the feet. Like, good morning, feet. You probably haven't actually felt the feet much since you've awoken this morning. So this is a real opportunity to begin to move ourselves from all these fragments of attention into wholeness. And from the feet into the legs. The felt sense, the momentary lights of attention and sensation there. Into the hips. And then moving up from the hips, the base of the body up into the back. And I'm really feeling my uprightness this morning. I am sure that's matching my attention to be most present this morning. Moving up to the back, into the shoulders, the arms. moving down the arms into the hands, just feeling the sense of the hands relaxed and open as best they can be. The sense of vibration, aliveness, presence right here in the hands. And when we think of a prayer, we often think of the hands in a certain posture, right? Whether that's a certain mudra, drawing the hands together. But I'd like you to think of the hands as a prayer simply for the good they do, whatever their position. The offers, the taking from, particularly when it's suffering or difficulty, the receiving, the sending, all also done with the hands, just as we've been practicing with the breath. And then moving back up the arms up to the back of the head, just making contact there, seeing if you can maybe release the neck. We tend to tighten that. Top of the head, that crown of Brahma. And there we invite that guru, that goodness. We picture that bright light. We did it a lot yesterday evening. It was really a lovely evening practice as well. Picturing all the twinkling lights, the atoms, the particles, the dust, the stardust of goodness, gathering it together right there above your head, allowing it to be some radiant light. And we don't have to take long to do this. And it may ultimately become a deity, a being, a Buddha. It may just be that condition of radiant light, which it often is for me, with little pictures or faces of people who have offered me kindness, love, protection, safety. See how it works for you. How do you activate the Bodhi Chitta, the awakened heart mind? And then from there, with the in-breath, we're going to draw it down and into the body, beginning with the head. Each in-breath, breathing it in, inviting it into our own heart space. And if it's of support for you, you could also take the hands and, as I said, in a couple times, I've made a little shelf for myself there that just seemed to work for me, so that all that goodness, all that protection, all the refuge can drip right down into my heart space, and I don't lose a drop. I've got the hands right there to make contact, to hold that goodness that is now being merged with my own goodness, with my own Bodhi heart, with my own Bodhisattva aspiration and ideal, that I may contribute, that this practice may contribute. And we can rest the guru image, the bright light, that radiant warmth, whatever is true for you there in this heart space. Breathing it in and out. May this practice be a benefit to all beings everywhere without exception, omitting none, freeing us and awakening us all. And so we can stay right there in the heart space, really breathing in and out. And we don't want to lose contact. We don't want to tighten up the idea of the heart space here. And in fact, it's why we often use the wide open and vast space all around us as the beginning of the boundless heart mind space. And we're matching our own heart mind to that vast, open, radiant, and boundless space that's all around us. The mind takes the shape of that which it rests upon. And so we turn that mind again and again. We incline it towards the good, towards kindness, towards love, towards stillness and silence. Making each breath a prayer by your presence. It is so. And we commit ourselves wholeheartedly with each breath. This is not a half-assed proposition. You've got to be willing to commit everything. And that means the whole heart mind. And this is part of the joyful and disciplined effort. With each out breath, we rest and open, cultivating dana paramita, cultivating shanti paramita, the patience, cultivating virya, joyful effort, and committing to doing it again this next breath, this one breath. At any moment that you feel that you don't have the capacities, the attention, the heart, you can turn right back to your that radiant light within your own heart space. This is also a source of refuge. We have placed the awakened ones, the victorious ones, as we read yesterday, the source of all goodness right there. You can drink from the well of this unconditional love and friendliness so that we can resource ourselves for this breath. Breathing in goodness. On the out breath, simply relaxing and softening the body, opening it into the vast, open, porous space all around. We take the shape of that wide open space. We dissolve this idea of this limited body, this physical heart, or the brain, right? We let all of that dissolve into the greater truth, the truth of our own capacities for this boundless, limitless, vast, open, and radiant heart mind. I like to think of it as getting out of our way. With each out breath, we drop the weapons, we put down the shields, the barriers, we mend the separation we have by our fears, by our habits constructed against this world. That's what Mary Oliver is saying. Take it all down, and then everything becomes the prayer. As you remember, you are a part of it all. In this very exchange of the breath, just the in breath and the out breath. Can you feel the truth of this? There is no separation between you and this world. Interconnected, interdependent, commingled, not separate, not alone. And so the exchange of oneself for the whole of the world becomes simply this breath. We are resting here first in ultimate bodhicitta. This is the understanding that there is no self separate from this life, from this world, from the perceived other. And we continue to dissolve that small, limited sense of self with each out breath, opening up. We willingly already give up our false sense of solidness right here. We haven't exchanged anything yet. We're just surrendering that false idea. There is no me separate from this summer day, says Mary Oliver, from this grasshopper, from this blade of grass, from this mourning dove. Am I willing? Do I have the courage, the fearlessness to put it all down, let it dissolve? Soften up the body. Open the heart completely. See and rest in the truth. And then you can begin to sense it yourself, that no matter what comes into the field of awareness, because it is already a part of the whole, we willingly take it in. Pleasant, unpleasant, and neutral, whatever it is. We've been fortified. We're wearing the flak jacket of all goodness throughout all time, coming from the 10 directions and the 3 times, past, present, and future. We've got all of this support. So we can completely open to whatever is here. And we don't have to turn towards the difficult today. We're not actually going to do that. We're just going to open to whatever is in the field of awareness, whatever is shared in this space, this open space in which we reside. And we can do that, practice that, train for that by opening to, for example, simply sounds. And so if it's silence that you greet, breathe it in. And send out the goodness of silence. Send it in all directions. If it's the barking dog, which just happened here, I breathe it in. It didn't feel distressing for me, by the way. So I send out wishes for all dogs. May they be well. May they be cared for. And we equalize everything on the medium of the breath. So if it's something that feels like a resource and positive, we breathe it in and we also send it out so that others may use it as well. We can offer it as a blessing. We can offer it as relief. The beautiful sound of the bird song this morning. We can take it in, touching into its goodness. And with the out breath, we send it out to all those who have forgotten the beauty of the bird song. This is how the breath becomes a prayer. Whatever we take in, whatever we make contact with, we can use. We can make a contribution and a benefit. We can send it out. We're never just sending out the object, we're sending it out with your genuine intention and aspiration that it be helpful, that it be of benefit, that it be a cure, a healing, that it be the good medicine. I just felt a little moment of cool breeze coming in the back screen door here. And I'm going to take in that cool breeze and I'm going to send it out with relief for all those who are struggling with the heat, who have difficult or unworkable weather conditions currently. There's many, many people struggling. May they too have this cool summer breeze. Can I give it completely? And remember, we can work with unpleasant or difficult situations in really just the same way. And so I'm noticing my back is a little bit tight from something yesterday. And I'm breathing that in now, breathing in the limits of this human body, that's reality. Breathing in this tight spot. And as I'm breathing it in, I'm taking it in not only for myself, but all those who have a tight spot too. All those who have a difficulty in the body, an unpleasant sensation, a pain, an illness. May I take it all on. And we extend that and expand that to the reality of our capacity. And remember, whatever that is good enough. And so I might just take in this little tight spot, for example, not only for me, but for someone who I know has one too, or something like it. I can be that specific. And if I'm really in a limited resource place, I can just try to take it in for myself and offer myself relief. Remember, we begin this training with ourselves. breathing in the difficulty and the wish for relief, and then I can send it throughout my own body. May this body have ease. And maybe then, may this body and one other body have ease. We begin to open and make the whole heart mind bigger. Once again, taking the shape of that vast and boundless open space, one little step at a time. And then maybe for me, for that one other, maybe that loved one and everybody in my neighborhood. And you can feel the value or appropriateness of these ever incrementally expanding offers as they appear for you. So you don't have to jump at any time to all beings everywhere, without exception, who have pain in the body or who have an illness that may become quickly overwhelming. But see where the limit is for you, both regarding yourself and others. This is the truth of compassion. Doesn't leave anybody out. Not you either. And you're going to stay in kind attention with your own experience, so that if you feel like, well, I've been doing this exchange of the breath for a few minutes now, and that's it for me. This is just perfect. You can just come back and rest in the vast open space. And you'll know when that is. You'll like, I just need to rest. And this is completely appropriate. And you should be able to feel the body soften. No pressure, no demand, no striving. And there's naturally a lot of stillness happening, just as an example right now in the space I'm sitting in. And it feels like a really good time to rest in that oasis. We never exclude ourselves from the offerings. Even when we are the tool, the implement, even when we are exchanging ourselves, we make sure that we are resourced, that we are stable. If you are imbalanced, you cannot be of benefit. We can offer ourselves rest, respite, remedy, relief with each breath. And no matter where you are in the practice right now, let's just come back, settle back, rest back in that vast open space, in that exchange of breath to air to breath. And then we gather up all the good. We gather up all the merits, the blessings, any benefits that this practice may have, and then all the benefits of all the practice. We pull it up together. And we then dedicate the merits of the practice. May we dedicate the merits, the blessings, and the benefits of this practice today, and then all practice throughout all time. Offering this wholeheartedly, completely to the end of suffering and the realization of true happiness and freedom, to the wish for awakening for all beings. And then staying in contact with the breath, we offer these phrases, these wishes for loving kindness and compassion. May we all have happiness and the causes for happiness. We breathe it in, and if we're able, we can send it out, or we can just hold on to it if it's needed. May we all be free from suffering and the causes for suffering. May we take great joy in our good fortune and wish the good fortune for others. May we rest and dwell in this great, vast, open space, feeling the protection of wisdom and compassion, of stillness and silence, of the goodness that is available all around. May we all be well. May we all have peace. May there be peace. And may this practice contribute. So be it. Thank you for your practice today. Just a few things. One is that next week I will be in retreat. I'm so excited. At Quest Haven, we were able to work that out. It's amazing to me that that has happened. They are not actually open to groups. But they, after a lot of thinking and considering, have been able to find a space for me there for a week for silent retreat, which I'm really excited about. And so I will be going into retreat at Quest Haven on Monday around noon, and I'll be in retreat at Quest Haven. I think I'm probably going to stay through Sunday, midday at least, probably till 3 or so. And we're going to be investigating. We don't know yet whether I will be able to Zoom with you all. And if we are, I will let you know sometime this weekend how we might try to do that. But in either case, whether I can be with you or not, and Wi-Fi is pretty sketchy up there, so that may not be possible, we will still be practicing at our regular times. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I'm not sure about Monday evening yet. That's the one I think is somewhat iffy. And what we'll do is make sure that something goes out this weekend that gives you next week's schedule based on what's possible. But what is happening this week is that Greg will be back this Thursday morning. Yay, Greg, at 7 a.m. I'm very excited about that. He's returning to help us, support us in the practices. So this Thursday morning, the 20th at 7 a.m., Greg will be here on this channel, this meeting, and I'm excited about that, and thank you, Greg, for that. And we are continuing our slogan training. And so you saw me write a little. If you saw the newsletter, if you didn't, please look. The slogan I picked for another consideration is in all activities, in all things, use the slogans. And so I sent a link to look at them. To find something in point 2 in particular, that's where we're working, and there are many there. The one we identified last week was 3 objects, 3 poisons, and 3 seeds of virtue. And we were really practicing with that this morning, which is no matter what's there, pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral, we can use it as an essential part of the path, can't we? We can breathe it in, make real contact, and then wish, at least at the minimum, by our very desire, that there be relief, that there be healing, that there be less suffering. We can send that out. And that is the seed of virtue, that non-aggression, non-reactivity, non-separation. We can think of all of those things. And then we can convert that, of course, into love, compassion, wisdom, and kindness. So at the minimum, we could keep practicing there. That's what we did somewhat today. I'll look forward to being with you on Thursday. Don't know yet. We're holding on to see how things work next week. I may go up to Quest Haven this week and see how the Wi-Fi works up there so we can make a plan. But thank you so much for practicing with me this morning. I've got to get ready to go because I've got to get over to the yoga college. So thank you for the practice. Blessings to all of you deeply. My love to you. I'm breathing for you too, as I know you're breathing for me. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll see you Thursday morning.